Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm cooking bread rolls. I cooked bread on the channel before and it proved very popular, got thousands of views. Only what I'm going to do today is to convert this into rolls. Lovely crusty rolls, and there's hardly any ingredients, just a few. I'm going to do it in the Thermomix Tm6, and it's not a recipe that you'll actually find on there. It's my own recipe and I'm just using the Tm6 to help me along. Follow the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll show you how to do this. See you in a moment. Okay, let's get rolling. First of all, get yourself 640 grams and pour it into the bowl. I'm taking my time here just for the purposes of the video. Right, now once that's done, what you want to do is to select the kettle function so that you can get the water to the correct temperature. And for the yeast, that's 40 degrees, and we'll switch this on and just wait for it to do its stuff. Doesn't take too long for this. And then while that's heating up, get a teaspoon of sugar and put it in through the top, and the sugar will activate the yeast. Right, this is what it looks like after it's been waiting for 10 minutes and the yeast is activated. You can see it's fluffy and bubbly and it's ready for the next stage. Select the scale function on the Thermomix, get yourself 500 grams of flour and pour it in. Try to be fairly accurate because you don't want to put too much or too little in. Once you've got your 500 grams of flour in there, get yourself some good quality olive oil and then pour 30 grams of it into the bowl. I didn't bother to zero the scales because it was already on 500, so I just had to add on top of that to get to the 530. Give it a good stir up. Quite a lot of flour in there and it can be a little bit hard for the machine to mix that perfectly. Once that's done, you can see there that it's all mixed up. Right, next thing, another 500 grams of flour. So we go back to the scale function again and add in 500 grams of flour. Right, I've now zeroed the scales and I'm now going to put in around about 6 or 7 grams of salt. Good quality salt again. The better the ingredients, the better the result. Right, now I'm going to select the dough function. I'm going to time it for 8 minutes and then just switch it on and wait for this to do its stuff. While the dough is mixing round, get yourself a bowl, get some olive oil and spray it all around the bowl. And the reason for this is when you put the oil in there, it won't stick to the bowl and it will help it rise during its proving stage. Right, once that's mixed up, take it out of the bowl, undo the bottom of the Thermomix bowl so that it all drops out easy. The blade will come out with it, and then pick up the blade, get yourself your scraper and then scrape off the excess away from the blade. You don't want to waste it, it's good stuff. Now give it a mix up in the bowl, but not too much, you don't want to overwork it. Alright, the more you work it, the more gluten will go into the mix. Get some cling film, cover over the bowl and then get yourself a tea towel, cover this over and let it prove for 1 hour. Right, there you are, it's ready. Peel off the cling film and you can see that it's really bubbled up quite a lot. Now get yourself a scraper again, move the mixture about and put this out onto a lightly floured surface, not very much flour at all. Pour this out and you can see you've got a really sticky dough, which is what you want. If it's not sticky, then you won't be able to work it together. Get yourself a set of scales, put some dust over the side of your worktop for you to put your prepared dough on, divide your dough into two, and then put some dust on top of the scales, and then try to measure them so that they're equal. You see, just moving it about to stop it sticking. And as I say, put them on the scales and get them even. And then another piece of cling film, cover them up, and then cover up with a tea towel and let this proof for 15 minutes. After the second proof, here you can see they've risen up quite a bit. What you want to do is divide the dough into 8 equal pieces. Alright, and it helps you if you get some scales so that you can make sure they're roughly about the same size. Lightly dust the surface again and just start by moving it about over to your floured surface, and then begin to divide this up. First of all, chop it in half, then chop it in 4, and get your scales and then divide them equally. They all come out to around about 100 grams. Now lightly flour the surface again, get one of the dough balls and then fold them as you see me do here. You do it in a star shape. You do it roughly 6 times. Don't overwork it. Turn it over so the folded sides is at the bottom, and then cup your hand and roll them round, and you'll feel it'll be just a little bit sticky, which is what you want. Sticks to the top of your hand, and then roll it round, and there you have a formed ball ready to go onto your proving tray again. Right, got a silicone mat here, a little bit of dust on the top. Put all your dough on there and make sure that they're not touching as you put them together. There you are, bit of dust on the top, and that will stop the cling film from sticking to them after they've had their final proof. And then cover them up with a tea towel again and wait for these for an hour. If you've got a proving setting on your oven, then use this because it will make them rise up even more. Right, I've done 2 here, and as you can see, they're really proved up. And what they do is they stick together, and that doesn't matter because that's all part of the process. Take the cling film off, be a little bit sticky, and then spray them with water. Alright, this helps for the next stage of preventing them from burning. Now I put some poppy seeds on these, and on some of the others I put some sesame seeds and left some plain. It's up to you, it's whatever your preference is. Put them in the oven at 200 degrees and set your timer for about 30 minutes, and then after that check them. Spray the rolls when you first put them in. And now what you're going to do is to get a kettle of freshly boiled water and pour it into a tray in the bottom of the oven, and this now converts your oven into a steam oven. The steam prevents your rolls from burning. Give it a spray halfway through. When you're using a high temperature, it's easy to burn. Hello, welcome back. As you can see, the rolls have come out fine. They look like the traditional rolls that you get from the bakers, and they break apart the same. That's where you get all these shapes from. When you go into your local baker, it's just where they cling together. I've done some with sesame seeds, some with some poppy seeds, and some plain ones. And what you do, when these have cooled down, if you're not going to eat them all at once, freeze them. Just put them in some bags, put them in the freezer, take them out, and when you want them, they're ready to eat. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the making of this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next week for another episode. Thanks very much. Bye.